didn't even know this was the original cover. Shoot, baby. Shoot, shoot. Yes, you do. All you gotta do is shoot, shoot. All right, let me stop playing. Hello, butterflies. Good morning, and welcome to another vlog. So, I am an author, as we all know here. If you're new here, hi, my name is Brandon Michelle. I'm a romance author based in Philly, and yeah, I'm a good time. So you need to hit the subscribe button because we be having fun over here. Okay, we're not going to make this video long. We're going to get down to business to defeat the Hinds. And what I mean by that is, as you can see by this lovely, beautiful stack here, your girl's a reader. Okay, I'm a reader. Now, I know there are some authors out there who cannot read. They have like different, rules and regulations when it comes to them and what they read while they're writing, all that jazz. For me and my household, I begin my read on. Okay, I'm reading while I'm writing. That's just what I like to do. It's actually what I love to do. The only time that I cannot read is if I'm in a reading slump. Really. And it's sad. It's a sad place to be when you find yourself in a reading slump. So, let me move my phone. So, I want to show you guys, these are books that I have received over the last few months. I have gone to multiple book events. I went to Chocolate in the City. I had a birthday, so my friends got me some books for my birthday. And I had Petals and Prose. I think I have some Petals and Prose books in here. I'm not sure. And I have, Petals and Prose, I hosted that event with my bestie, A Blossom. And what else? Black Romance Book Fest. So, and I had a book club appearance at with Swap in the City. They're a Philly-based book club. So I also got some books from there. So I wanted to show you guys the books that I have. I have not organized them. Some of the books are together and then some of them are not together. I feel like I'm missing one. Where is, you know what? Don't even matter. Don't even matter. Wait, no, it actually does matter. It does matter because I think there's one up here that I need that goes with the book that's over there in the stacky stack. We're gonna also throw this over there with the stacky stack. What else? I feel like there's one more over here. Where is my copy of Drew from Masterpiece? I have Blue. Maybe I'm overlooking Drew. He got to be in here somewhere because I got Blue and Drew. Now I don't see Drew, and I do know how to read. Oh. Maybe I don't know how to read because he's right here. All right. Anyway, we're going to start. Well, okay. We're going to start here. There's also a few books right here. Okay. So this is Blue by Masterpiece. And most of these books I have already read. There are a few that I have not read. For me. Okay, I'm a book collector. I have a whole library of books downstairs, which I can show you guys. It's a little disorganized, but I can show you if you want to see. Let me know if you want to see my library, because then I can make another video and give you guys a library tour or whatever. So leave a comment if that's something that you want to see. And also I don't know where to put these books, which is why these books have been sitting over there on my shelf back there. That shelf is for my books, my catalog. But anyway, all of these books I've either read or have not read and been wanting to read. Okay, so Blue by Masterpiece. We have the male main character. Blue has to take over. He runs a business. What kind of business did this man run again? Ooh, Okay, yeah. Hold on. That man got to get married. Here we go. I'm going to just give y'all the synopsis because I don't like giving books away. Okay, Blue, his hand is forced by his parents to marry or lose his position as CEO of Mason Langston's, his family empire that he worked hard to grow. Okay, so Blue and Truly. Now, my girl Truly is, she's a single mom, technically. I mean, she has a BD, but we hate that man anyway. So, she has someone, her sister, yeah, she has somewhat of a support system at home, and then at other times she does not. So I believe at that time she is an entrepreneur. She's doing a little bit of everything. Okay, doing a little bit of everything. She has body butters and teas and things that she's making. And then at other times she's doing hair. My girl's just trying to find her way. Okay, she's trying to find her way. So Truly and Blue, they get together and they blur the lines between pleasure and feelings until obsession for one another starts to feel like each other's salvation. Every woman deserves a Blue. Love Blue. Okay, and just for the sake of, I need to do the next book in that series. Oh, my copy of Capone got a little messed up. Oh. That's all right. Okay. Drew is Blue's brother, his younger brother. Now, Drew is a rapper. This man is hilarious. Okay. This man, when I was reading this book, literally had me cracking up. So Blue is the more serious one and Drew is a class clown. So when fame finally finds Drew Langston, it brings him everything he thought he wanted except the woman he never stopped loving, Jatavia, a quiet, humble dreamer fighting for her own mental. When their paths collide again, old wounds reopen and unfinished love demands a second chance. Drew will stop at nothing to get his sweet pancakes back. Yeah, so go read that. And then we have Take What You Need from Aisha Braid, and let me just show y'all one thing my girl don't be playing about is the inside of her books. The inside of this book is pink. It's very, very cute. It's very cute. See, hold on. Let me show y'all a little cuter John. Look at that. We got the characters in the inside. Very, very nice. So this is a story. This is a small town romance. It says, Solana Wright did not come to Rosehaven for a vacation. She came to disappear. After fame bought the kind of attention that turns dangerous, the former actress trades flashing lights for flour-dusted counters, opening a small bakery called Sugar Kissed in the town where no one knows her face. Solana hopes to finally breathe again and rediscover the woman she buried somewhere deep between the cameras and the chaos. But the stalker who made her run hasn't stopped looking, and a quiet life can only hide so much. So we have Duke Hinton, who has bigger problems than romance. As the newly established president of the Black Thorns Motorcycle Club, he's learning that leading a brothership comes with a price, especially when a betrayal is hiding inside his own ranks and a threat far larger than his chapter is watching to see how he handles it. Between protecting his club and keeping the peace in Rosehaven, Duke does not have time for distractions, but the quiet strength of the woman running the bakery across from his bar is impossible to walk away. Now, I wouldn't be able to be a narrator because I'd be pausing and stumbling too much. I just wouldn't be good at that. But anyway, that is Take What You Need. Take What You Need is a spinoff from a book. What is the name of that book? Crap. I'm going to put the cover up here. It's a book that Aisha Braid and Kimberly Brown did together. When the Ink Dries. When the Ink Dries. So, yeah. That is that book. So then we're going to also talk about another author who don't be playing about her covers and the inside of her books. This is the yearbook homecoming season, okay, from Miss Aubrey Penn. This book is huge, okay? It's huge. It's beautiful. My girl did the black and white in the inside. Very, very cutesy-wootsy, okay? Because I'm an Aubrey Penn fan, honey, okay? Don't be playing about that lady. This is just good stuff, okay, inside of here. It's great stuff inside of here, okay? Now, this John, I believe this book it's 3 books in the homecoming series. I believe it's 3 books in there. I want to say there's 3 books. I read all of them. Read all of them. So yes, this is the yearbook, which I thought was so cute because like homecoming, college, HBCU, the yearbook, very spot on. Okay, all right, what we got next? We just gonna go off the top. We're gonna keep it pushing. We have the Leak It Special Edition by my bestie A Blossom. Very, very cutesy. Okay, if you have not read Leak It, we have our girl Naomi, who goes on a cruise after divorcing her cheating ex-husband because she found out her husband was actually cheating with his cousin. Somebody that's supposed to be his cousin, but it's not really his cousin. Okay, so she goes on a cruise and her ex-husband and the cousin there. Okay, so a stranger at the bar comes up to her and he's like, "Hey, is this man bothering you?" He pretends to be her boyfriend real quick, just to get them off her back because they're taunting her and rubbing that relationship in her face, and she don't like that. Okay, so they're taunting my girl. I can't remember if it's Houston or Harlem. Okay, yeah. It's Houston Carter, who comes up to her and he is helping her. Okay, then come to find out, Houston got a twin brother named Harlem. They have a nice little drunken night on the cruise ship, and someone leaked their naughty life, their naughty night. Okay, and that's why the title's called Leak It. Okay, so this is all of what? This is Leak It Part 1 in here, this little stack. And then there's a little bit of a Part 2. Yeah, my girl did her thing. I ain't even read this joint yet. Do want to read it, but I have not. So that is Leak It, Houston, Harlem, and Naomi. Okay, then we have The Book at the Bar by Kiravi Bello. Okay, and most of these books are signed, I believe, except for this book from Blossom. But anyway, but most of my books are signed because I don't play. Okay, so The Book at the Bar is about a girl. We have Gemini Collins, who enjoys her Friday night bar reading sessions after working at the she work in HR, okay, doing her due diligence. So every Friday, my girl go get a strawberry daiquiri, indulges in her favorite smutty romance, and after being single for 3 years, she has sworn off men and enjoys her book boyfriends and predictable lifestyle with her cat. Now we have Calvin, who's a bookworm, and this man owns a library. He's a librarian. How many books do we be reading about librarians? Can't say that I read so many. He prefers to read dialogue and then engage in real life conversations. Okay, but he goes out for a solo night and he sees someone who knocks him off his square. A beautiful woman with a book right under her nose. So get to reading that. Then we have Score by Miss Kennedy Ryan. Now, I found this copy of Score in the airport on my way to Black Romance Book Fest. So, of course, my lovely, great, and amazing Beyonce has signed it for me. Okay, I only have one Kennedy Ryan book that is unsigned, and it's this one. I should have brought this book with me to the Black Romance Book Fest, but I will have to say that I was stressed about packing stuff, and I just did not. I bought this one at the airport, and I said, this is perfect for me. So, Score. I actually have not read Score yet. I do have the audiobook. I don't know what I'm waiting on. I don't know. I just feel like I'm waiting for the perfect moment because Real is my favorite Kennedy Ryan book. Okay. Now, Score is book 2 to Real. Now, my book got a little messed up in the corner, but you know what? That's okay. It is what it is. So it says, you never forget your first love. Isn't that what they say? Verity Hill knows this to be true. She doesn't simply miss Monk Bellamy when they part ways in college. She's haunted by his touch. Every kiss any lover since is a shadow of what they had. Time heals all wounds, isn't it what they say? Monk doesn't believe that for a second. He wasn't simply betrayed when he and Verity split. He was devastated with parts of him left in the ruins of all that was destroyed. More than a decade after their disastrous breakup, Verity and Monk must work together on the set of the epic Harlem Renaissance biopic, with Monk, now a world-class musician, creating the score. Oh, nice. Okay, there's the title. Love that. And Verity, an award-winning screenwriter, penning the script. There's Oscar buzz before shooting even begins. Okay, so if you have read Real, Then we meet Monk and Verity because, like they said, he's a musician and she is a screenwriter. So we already see that there's tension between them. And Cannon, who is also one of their friends, and he's the main character in Rio, he kind of like asks Monk about that. Like, hey, you figure that out? And that nigga like, no, I did not figure it out. Didn't figure it out. So I'm very excited to read this book. I don't know if I want to do like an immersive read. I know I want to listen to the audiobook because I heard the audiobook is amazing. If you have not read Real, I suggest that you start with the audiobook. And then you can go back and get the paperback and you can go read the ebook, you know, what kind of girl, depending on what kind of person you are. But you know, it's a full production. Okay, full production. There's music, there's sounds. It's amazing. It's amazing. So I already know this book is going to be amazing. And I'm just in my brain kind of waiting for the perfect time to read it. Okay, then we have The Kingmaker. Now, I have read this book a long periodically time ago. But I don't really remember what it's about, really. I think the female main character is indigenous and the male main character is, his family wants to kind of destroy their preserve. Something like that. Let me read the back. Okay. In a world of half and half-nots, Maximum Cade family had it all and he wants nothing to do with it. At odds with his mogul father, he's determined to build his own empire, even if it means traveling far from home, painted as the black sheep. Okay. And then we have Lennox Hunter is the exception to every one of Maxim's rules. Protesting the oil pipeline that threatens to destroy her ancestral land, she meets Max in a fury of stars and sparks. That moment changes everything and it changes nothing. Max's family is still the one stealing from her, and his father is still the man she hates the most. He lies to have her once, and despite the truth, he'll do anything to keep her. Lennox tries to hate Max, but that pull just keep pulling them. So I believe this book, there's a part 1 and part 2 to this book. I believe I only read part 1, which is why only part 1 is on my TBR. Well, not on my TBR, while it was on my wish list. Because that was one of my birthday books. So, Bible study, which I have talked about before on this channel. Again, don't play about getting my book signed. So, Bible study, I'm just going to read the back to y'all. Because it's so good. It's so good. I believe I have 2 copies of this book. I have the paperback, and then this is like the special hardcover because, amen. Okay, so Genesis Walker has spent years trying to live up to the expectations of her faith, her family, and the kind of woman she believes she's supposed to be. But despite her devotion to God and her dedication to doing things the right way, she's still haunted by old desires and the memory of the bad boys who once owned her heart. Okay, because she's a bad girl turned good girl. Yeah. Safe, stable, and perfectly predictable. Ooh, Algernon. I hate that man. Should be everything she was and everything she prayed for, but her heart refuses to follow logic. Algernon, boo. He's a cornball. Okay, then steps in Preston Nash. Fresh out of prison and stepping into the empire of what his father left behind. Preston is the man on a mission to build something real, something lasting, something that won't land him back behind bars. But when he walks into a Bible study looking for peace, instead finds Genesis. Temptation takes on a whole new meaning. She's the kind of good that men like him don't deserve, but that doesn't stop him from wanting her. Genesis knows better than to fall for a man like Preston, but with each share a glance, conversation, and touch that lingers too long, resisting him feels more like a test that she is bound to fall. When salvation and sin collides, which one wins? It's a great book. Great book. It's a thickie. It's a great book. Y'all need to read this. I believe this is my first Tia Love book, and I do need to get into the rest of this woman's catalog, and she's very beautiful and very nice. Shout out to you, Tia, just in case you see this. I need to get the rest of the ladies' catalog. Okay, back to Miss Aubrey Penn. This book is so amazing. It's literally so, every Aubrey Penn book is amazing to me because I just love that lady's pen. So his remedy to the madness. Okay, so we have Remedy Worthy is barely surviving. With the heaviness of her past weighing on her, she's attempting to swim against life's current. However, the task seems nearly impossible. It is not until her elderly neighbor becomes her best friend. Now, with someone to encourage her to keep swimming, she's unaware that being Mr. Ernie's one and only friend would be the answers to prayers that she forgot she prayed. Ayers Moore has been the reaper of death for 15 years of his life. Now with retirement at the front of his mind, he's beckoned back to Waynesville by an old friend, but his return is welcomed with a disturbing voicemail from his father. What he walks into is something that he quickly realizes he's not equipped for. Not of a man of vast emotions. He's being undone from the inside out. So, Remedy and Mr. Ernie are besties for the resty. Okay, Mr. Ernie, his brain is not. It's not. It ain't what it used to be. Okay, it ain't what it used to be. And Ers, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Ears, Eryys, ears or Ers. We gonna say E. We gonna say E. He has a kind of like a sticky relationship with his father, so it kind of makes it hard for them to essentially for them to kind of like for him to help his dad, okay? Because his dad needs help, and Remedy has been helping his dad, because they're besties for the resty. And now he comes in, so confused on life because he don't know what's going on with the pops. It's a lot. It's a beautiful book. It is a beautiful, beautiful book. Mental health, a family member getting older, and what comes with that. I'm not going to tell you guys all of everything that's in this book, but you absolutely need to read it. Okay, I thought that this video was literally just going to be me showing y'all the books and reading the synopsis, but all of these books are books that I read and I absolutely loved, so I just got to tell y'all more about it. So y'all go over there, and most of these I've read them. Okay, this is Book Boyfriends and Bad Decisions by A. Blossom. Cover is beautiful. My girl ate this up. Just want to tell you guys that my girl ate this up. And Hasim, that's my man. Just want to let y'all know. That's my man. Okay, so we have Harlow. Harlow is a popular romance book influencer. She's a content creator. And my girl has got invited into the biggest brand trip of her life. But it's a couple's brand trip. And she ain't got no man. So she's trying to hire some people to be her man for this trip. The one bull that she hires, this man ended up playing in her face. It literally happens in chapter 1, so you absolutely need to go read it. So Hashim and Harlow have been best friends for a long time or whatever. And let me say, okay, and he is her ex's brother. So this is her ex-boyfriend's brother. But they best friends. They best friends, whatever the case may be. So, he does anything for Harlow. Hashim does anything for Harlow. If she needs help, he's there, for her. So he ends up being her book boyfriend on this brand trip. When I tell y'all, this book is literally so funny. Oh, and he's a firefighter. I mean, it's fine, multifaceted. Okay, this book is just literally such a great time. So if you love banter, friends to lovers, some mess, because one thing, Blossom is going to do is give us some mess. Do you absolutely need to read Book the Boyfriend's Bad Decisions. This is my top favorite A. Blossom book, and I have read all of my girls' books except for, I think, 1 or 2. I'm going to get it together, though. But, yeah, she ate that book up. Okay, then we have the infamous Capone series. Okay, now, my girl loves me, okay? I'm well loved by my friends, okay? Can't say that I'm not, because I be getting stuff, they just care about me, and they want me to be happy. So, and I love that for all of us, because I do have on my Big Mama sweatshirt, my Big Mama hoodie. I've been waiting for this hoodie since freaking last year when my girl had the t-shirts, and I said, hey, we need hoodies. And I know I wasn't the only one who said we need hoodies, but I like to think that I, did my due diligence in advocating to the fact that we need hoodies. And now we got hoodies, okay? I don't know if this is on her pre-order thing, because we have our own thing. We do our own thing. So I don't know if this is on her pre-order thing. All I know is that I have one, and you can get one too. So, or you may be able to get one too. I don't know. Okay, so we have Capone. Okay, Capone is book 1 in the, what's the name of this series? I actually don't know the name of the series. The Delgado series? Maybe. Okay, we're going to read the back just in case anybody has not read this book. You might not have. Also, these covers are out of stock. They are no longer being printed because Capone has been picked up for a trad book, and his trad cover is, I believe that book releases in August. So make sure you go pre-order that because I'm also get that one too. Okay, so I shouldn't feel this way about her. She's my brother's-in-law first love. She was forbidden fruit, and should ever been forbidden for me. I take what I want, and I want her, and I shouldn't have these strong feelings for a woman I just met. I wanted to lay every man that ever thought about looking her way, including my brother-in-law. Erin was mine before she even knew it. Our paths were meant to cross and our futures intertwined. I don't like liars or thieves, but for Erin, I pull that ski mask on and steal her heart if that's what it takes. He's my first love's brother-in-law. Everything about Capone has told me to stay away from him. He's not good for me. He has the power to make me feel again. And the last time I felt anything for anyone, it nearly destroyed me. I should stay away from him, but every part of my body is betraying me, screaming, yearning, and craving his touch, and for him to be close to me. I don't think he will ever need to steal my heart because I would gladly hand it over to him. That's this book. Okay. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about Capone. I'm just going to read the back. And if you have heard about Capone, Capadonna, Capri, Goon, Menace, Don, all of the men in this part, of Jacquel's world. That woman has over 100 books, so absolutely go back and read other books of hers if you have already read Capone and that whole entire series. She has more. She has a lot more. So I have Capone 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Okay. Then we have The Right Side of Fame by D. Rose. Sorry, The Other Side of Fame by D. Rose. This book is so freaking amazing. Okay. So The Other Side of Fame, we have Keon Martin, who he's a rapper, okay, and he finds himself under the scrutiny of celebrity gossip. His personal life was dissected for public consumption at every turn. Without feeling compelled to address rumors, Keon navigated life with unyielding confidence, shrouded in steel armor, and that was until a chance encounter on a random night out with an unexpected acquaintance weakened his armor, thrusting them into another tidal wave of rumors. Following a heated online feud with a label mate, Emery Heaven Thomas, aimed to gracefully return to the limelight. However, she reintroduced herself with new music. She unexpectedly becomes the focal point of public attention, now linked as Fame's latest romantic interest. A seemingly innocent invitation starts the world into a frenzy, putting her relationship with the notorious heartbreaker under intense inspection. With interest in the relationship draws the attention needed to advance her career, Emery and Keon agree to fake date for a year. Initially, the agreement appears straightforward given their complex histories that deems them unstable for love. Then suddenly their shared quiet moments and confidence adhering to the terms of their agreement became challenging. Soon the obstacles that once prevented them from being together becomes insignificant. This is a fake dating musician romance. He's a rapper and she's like a R&B girl. Okay, it's this, if you like complex characters, complex storylines, things that make you feel something, you need to go read The Other Side of Fame. This is the special edition cover. Look at that. That's so cute. Those are roses. Look at the cover. Very cutesy wootsy. Okay, I thought the inside had some cute stuff in it too, but it's just regular, and that's okay. All right, then we have Indigo by Beverly Jenkins. Okay, I have not read Indigo. I have a few Auntie Bev books downstairs, and I so happened to meet that lady at Black Romance Book Fest last year. This is our interaction. And then panel. Fabulous, darling. Okay, Casey. Just want to say, Auntie Bev knows me. Okay, I'm gonna read it to y'all. I actually started the audiobook and then I stopped it. And not for any other reason but the fact that I'm a mood reader. So I'm going to read read the ebook or something. As a child, Hester Wyatt escaped slavery, but now the dark-skinned beauty is a dedicated member of Michigan's Underground Railroad, offering other runaways a chance at the freedom she has learned to love. When one of her fellow conductors brings an injured man to hide, Hester doesn't hesitate even after she's told about the price on his head. The man in question is the great conductor known as Black Daniel, a vital member of the North's Underground Railroad network. But Hester finds him so rude and arrogant, she begins to question her vow to hide him. When the injured and beaten Gallum, a.k.a. the Black Daniel, awakens in Hester's cellar, he's unprepared for the feisty young conductor providing his care. As a member of one of the wealthiest free Black families in New Orleans, he turned his back on the lavish living that he is accustomed to in order to provide freedom for those enslaved in the South. Oh, I love that. However, as he heals, he cannot turn his back on Hester Wyatt. Her innocence fills him like a breath of fresh air, and he's determined to make this gorgeous, intelligent woman his own. Yet there are traitors to be discovered, slave catchers to be evaded, and Hester's heart to be won before she and Gallon can find the freedom that only true love can bring. Listen, one thing Miss Auntie Bev is going to do for the girls, the guys, the gays, and the days, is give us a great and amazing book that takes place, a great and amazing historical romance, because that's what that is, that takes place during the time of slavery. But, the good times, because I'm sure we didn't always have bad times back then. Now, I wasn't alive. I don't know what's going on, but you know what I mean anyway. And then we have Waiting to Exhale by, of course, Miss Terry McMillan. Okay. I don't know if this is the first edition of the book, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, but I found it in a little library. And I said, hey, I need this. I absolutely need this. So let's see what this says. When did this edition of this book come out? Okay. This John says it was first published in 1992. Okay. All right. I don't know. This might be one of the original covers. I'm actually not sure. Let me see. Let's look it up. Because I actually would like to know. So I can brag. I also have another copy Waiting to Exhale downstairs, but I have like a more updated cover. So, okay, Waiting to Exhale. Everyone falls in love sometimes. Come on. Sometimes it's wrong and sometimes it's right. Oh, this is the original cover. Period. I think that's what it say. Let me see. Hey, for every win, someone must fail. There comes a point when we exhale. Yeah, say shoot, do. Period. I didn't even know this was the original cover. Shoot, baby. Shoot. Yes, you do. All you gotta do is shoot. All right, let me stop playing. But period. For every win, someone must fail. And there's going to be a point when we must exhale. Shoot. All right, let me move on. Moving on. Okay, we have Out of Body by Nia Davenport. Now, Nia Davenport also writes under N.E. Davenport, which I believe is known to the streets. I don't think it's a secret. Let me make sure. Yeah, that lady picture in it, she looked the same. So, it's not a secret. It is not a secret. She has 2 pseudonyms. Her Nia Davenport is her YA pen name, and her N.E. Davenport is her adult, pen name. I have not read this book, and I saw her like promoting it on TikTok a few years ago when it came out. When did this book actually come out? Because I really don't know. Excuse me. Let me see. Sometimes you laugh. Sometimes you... 2024. Okay, so we have 17-year-old Megan Allen has been jumping from friend group to friend group in high school, trying on identities like outfits. Nothing ever seems to fit until she meets Elsie, the adventurous, charismatic girl who appears at her favorite coffee shop one day like magic. Finally, Megan feels like she's becoming the person she's meant to be, someone like Elsie. On the night of their anniversary, was supposed to be a bonding experience, ends up a waking nightmare. Suddenly, Megan is no longer herself. Too late, she realizes that Elsie has secrets, dangerous ones. Betrayed by her best friend, thrust into another girl's life, and targeted by Elsie's enemies, she must claim what makes Megan Megan to get her life back or die trying. Oh, I didn't even know this book had all that going on. Oh, period. Well, shit. Yeah. Out of body. My body on your body, baby. I don't know when you run on me. Okay. This is Losing Sight by Tati Richardson. Okay, shout out to my girl Tati. With my girl there, from the front to back. Okay, let me read the back for y'all. Now, I read this book, love this book. Rom-com, very funny. So, sports reporter, Tanika, Nikki Ryan, is at the top of her game until she isn't. Squinted at the teleprompter and, my girl's messing up lines. She loses her Thursday night football spot to a younger, less qualified woman, and that's only the start of her trouble. See, could be a narrator, stumbling and fumbling and falling down the street. After her impaired sight leads into an accident nearly costing her life, Tanika finds herself in the office of a famous widowed optometrist, right? That's the eye doctor. He is an eye doctor, but let's make sure I'm pronouncing optometrist right, because you know what? You don't know how to pronounce something, you look it up. And that's okay. Y'all can laugh at me if y'all want to. It's fine. It's fine. I won't be sad. I think it's optometrist.
Optometrist.
Yeah. All right. Listen. Optometrist. Okay. George Bush did not leave me behind. But sometimes I was slow to catch up. It's fine. I didn't get left behind. But sometimes I was a little slow to catch up. Okay. So, moving on. The handsome widowed optometrist Gideon Miles, their mysterious circumstances led Tanika to an enchanted pair of glasses, changing her life and Gideon's forever. With the help from her boss chick village and a bit of magic, Tanika finally learns to see love that's right in front of her eyes. In this high heat and hilarious rom-com that harkens the golden age of black romance, celebrated novelist Tati Richardson, proves life is sweeter after age 40, giving readers of all ages a reason to believe in second chances. So, I really enjoyed this book. I listened to the audiobook. The book was literally so funny. And my girl ate this up. So, Tati Richardson is a hybrid author. Tati Richardson is her trad book. So, she has this book, I think book 2 in this series. I think it's called Struck Speechless. Yeah, came out. She also has another book, which I can't remember the name of it, but I do own it. Those are her trad covers. And then she has the Secret series is her indie covers. They are Why Choose Romances. Yeah, so go get into those. Okay, and then we have Beneath the Sunshine by Smardeline. S? Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. But I'm going to read the back of this. So, beautiful, bold, and guarded, Riley Queen has spent years keeping her heart locked away, convinced that love isn't meant for her. But when she takes a dream job in Paris, she never expects her new French billionaire boss to be the man she's ghosted a year ago. Oh, the only man who's ever made her want more. Okay. Lucian Kinley has everything, wealth, power, and control, everything except her. So when the opportunity to bring her back into his life presents itself, he takes it, hiring her as his new marketing director. Okay. He needs a wife to secure his CEO position before his 30th birthday. Riley needs a way to gain custody of her sister. Okay, a marriage to convenience is the perfect solution until the lines between businesses and desire start to blur. The longer they pretend, the more real it becomes. So when his secrets come to life, Riley is ready to walk away. Now he has to convince her to stay because the only thing that's more important than his CEO role is her. All right. I have not read this book. But I remember I got this book in the book swap. I remember when the author was promoting it for a while. So cool. I do want to read it though, which is why I have it. So those are the books that need to go down to my brie shed. Is what I like to call my library downstairs because it's just a little more than a library. It's a little more than a library. I literally have no space for these books though, so your girl actually does in fact need another bookshelf. I don't know when I'm getting another bookshelf, but I do need one. But anyway, if you enjoyed this this video, let me know. I used to talk about the books I was reading on here, and I kind of like stopped along the way. So let me know if you guys want me to make more like book rec videos for y'all or things of that nature. I can do my thing how I do my thing if y'all want me to do the things. But this video is long, so yeah, I'm gonna shut up now. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great and amazing and beautiful day. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and see you guys tomorrow for another vlog. Bye.